Hey, fair warning on this episode. The Clixed Off crew decided to have some drinks during this episode, so please take it for what it is. We are always lighthearted and supportive, and I kind of messed up the Auxxit advertisement a little bit. I didn't have all the great details at that time, but check out the Auxxit auction tomorrow on Friday. They are having a benefit auction for the mass shooting that happened in Boston. So I'll share the event in the Clixed Off page later today after this is released. So anyways, have fun with this episode. Remember, it has been fueled by a bit of alcohol from the crew. Enjoy.
Welcome to Clixed Off, brought to you by Lucky Dice Cafe out of Huntsville, Alabama. Check them out at LuckyDiceCafe.com. And now for your hosts, Daniel Powell, Jason Alvey, and Tylor Spees.
Hey everybody, welcome to Clixed Off today. This is your host Daniel Powell speaking. Just want to let everybody know that Clixed Off is brought to you by TrollandToad.com, world's largest HeroClix retailer. Find HeroClix new and old on TrollandToad.com and use coupon code CLIXEDOFF for 5% off your HeroClix order. Merchant and pre-order items do not apply. If you like what you're listening to today on Clixed Off, check us out at patreon.com/ClixedOff. $1 and above gets entered into our monthly giveaways. $5 and above gets entered into our Discord server channel for exclusive HeroClix strategy and tactics discussion. Joining me today is Jason Bottle of Wine Alvey.
What's up, guys?
And Tylor Twisted Tea Spees.
I like this intro. We should do this every time.
And then our guest today is Azareth. Did you get your fireball, Strife?
Let's get turned.
And then our other guest today is Zach, King of New Orleans Coffee.
Hey guys.
People are going to be confused and think that he's drinking coffee because you named all of our drinks.
Well, I didn't hear what he was drinking, so
yeah, that's fair.
I have a really
I
important.
said I'm drinking coffee right now. How about that?
Whoa, coffeeception. I have an important question for Zach. Did you have beignets at the tournament?
At the tournament? No.
Lame. Scott lied.
All right.
So, all right, we are here to talk about today.
Getting drunk.
Yeah, so
This is now really clicked off.
right. So I guess I would say I made myself a little Arnold Palmer. I guess yellow, some yellow. Well, I don't know if technically it's the right thing, but some Yellowstone bourbon with some zero sugar pink lemonade. So.
Sounds good to me.
I feel like we should have a drink every time we do this now.
Wow.
We could. Just depends on today's definitely a little bit more of a casual episode. Not so much from a casual HeroClix, but we don't really have a lot to talk about. I think if we try to do our set reviews while intoxicated, I don't think anybody would want to.
It'll be 6 hours.
Let's do that. I think that's a great idea.
Only 6. It's normally like 4.5 anyway.
Yeah, it'd be 6 hours, and it would devolve into just cussing about.
Let me get about 3 margaritas in, and then we'll start.
Dude, I'm with you.
Yeah, let's go.
Clicked off, wasted away again in Margaritaville.
So.
I love it. It's good. Yeah.
Man, that sounds like I need to switch teams.
Yeah. We typically go. We typically go pretty all in, Zach, when we do something. So.
If it ain't chicken wings we're talking about, or Click, it's going to be alcohol, I guess. Like, yeah.
Man, now I want chicken wings, Jason.
I know. God damn it! I know. I shouldn't have said that. I'm getting chicken wings this week.
You're on Uncanny Clixman, is that right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. How many active players you guys have now? Because I know everybody kind of took a hit with COVID and everything.
Say about 10 to 12.
Okay, so still pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Cool.
Yeah, we got Brad, Mike SQ, Charlie Garst, Dustin. He's kind of on a break right now, but
Sure. Is he coming to Worlds?
I think he might. I don't know how long a break he's taken.
Sure.
We initially thought he'd be back for Worlds, but we haven't heard much from him lately, so
Okay,
I can't confirm or deny.
Okay.
So that Caleb Reddick, and then some of the Arkansas guys, Eric Mulheron, Justin Robinson. So we get about 10 to 12.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, so y'all got.
You didn't mention him, though.
So y'all got the. So y'all got the other half of the Juggernaut then.
We got the whole part of Juggernaut that got left behind. Well, so Jamie, when Jamie got divorced, I think that kind of stopped a lot of his Clix playing, and then when he quit, a lot of the older Juggernaut guys kind of quit too. So I just kind of left Eric and Justin still in it, and
Gotcha.
they jumped on our ship. So that was that.
Gotcha.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So you won the recent event in New Orleans, the rock special event, dubbed the King of New Orleans. So
I did that.
yeah,
Sure?
you did that. Yeah, so you've won quite a bit of stuff over the years. So this is not a new spot for you.
Congrats on ending the summer of Scott.
Oh.
You ended it, yeah.
I'm going
Summer's
on
still
record.
going,
and saying,
so who knows?
Sorry, Scott.
Who knows?
Actually,
I'm
know
going
what?
on record. I'm not singing a song for Zach. Sorry.
Actually, you know what? For what it's worth, technically today is the first day of summer.
I think. Isn't it tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow.
The 21st is the
21st.
Today is the longest day of the year.
Yeah, it's a solstice. I know that.
Yeah, the solstice starts the season.
Wow.
So
Texas, we've already had like 30, 100-degree days already. So
Oh my god.
summer for
it's
us
so
started
hot.
about 4 months ago.
Yeah.
yeah, it's been super hot here too. So
Same.
so you actually got a lot of questions. People were excited to hear about your win. So let's just jump in. Tell us what was your team build, and kind of what were you thinking when you built the team?
Okay. So first off, I have to shout out to the Uncanny Clixmen because they all had fingers in this. So here we go. I got a shout out to Charlie 3D Machine Printing Man Garst, Mike the Wizard of Mind Control SQ, Caleb the Circle Striker, Brad the Prep Time Broils, and James I play random crap that nobody else does, Antonaris, Robbie the Frostman. Oh, sorry, I screwed that one up. Robbie the Iceman Frost. Because
Are these real people?
these are real people. Real people. Robbie Frost actually took second at Worlds in 2019, and he's a local.
Wow.
And the fact that I get to play him all the freaking time is probably what makes me still halfway decent at this game. So
2019 was the one Isaac won?
yep.
Yeah, he beat Dustin, right, in top 4?
Robert beat Dustin in top 4. Isaac beat Easton, and that's what made the 2021 win of Caleb so special. Was that Caleb defeated Isaac in the finals of the Bradcast Unofficial Worlds, avenging the Clixmen for Robert.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we Clixmen know how to play some clicks every now and again.
Every now and again. Nice.
So yeah, I have to shout out to those guys because they all helped in various ways leading up to the tournament. Getting to practice with them all and play with them all the time is just part of what makes my team so awesome. We're the best team in the world. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, hey now.
Throwing down the gauntlet. What's up, guys?
Shots fired.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, who resurrected shots fired?
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
So,
Okay.
The team.
Oh, the team. Yeah, that. Okay, so I had Agatha at 100, Scary and Iron Man at 50, Bishop at 40, Faust at 30, Rookie at 25, Marvella at 15.
You played a rookie, wow.
Sorry, commissioner, but everybody really just plays for Rookie. You know, come on.
Sure.
Come on. So that, and I feel like I'm missing somebody. Who am I forgetting about?
Venom Magneto?
Venom, yeah, there we go. The placement king of HeroClix. So, yeah, that was the squad. It was pretty good. Team of all stars.
So what was your official record in Swiss?
Swiss was 3-2. And to be fair, okay, there's actually no fairness involved. So, the story behind this is my plane was supposed to get in at midnight, Friday night, but it didn't get in till like 2 in the morning, and I didn't get to the B&B till like 4 in the morning.
Oh.
And then Matt Donham wakes us all up at 7:30. So I played like crap through Swiss, like no lie, it was pretty garbage, but it was a lot of fun.
So what happened? What happened between Swiss and Top Cut that allowed you to turn around and go 4 rounds undefeated? Then
a miracle.
I
got pretty lucky.
Was it like some special food for lunch or something, or?
Actually, no. Getting food was kind of like hard for where the venue was at. Like the 2 restaurants that were by it were like super packed and like not even worth. So, I just stepped it over to this gas station, grabbed some caffeine and sugar, and revitalized a little bit, and that helped wake me back up. So,
that's fair.
Reese's is the breakfast of champions,
I'm with you there,
or whatever. So, so going through Swiss, first guy I played was a guy named Fred Floric. He's really great local, I think. He played Thanos, Watcher, Rocket Raccoon, Porter Pog, Chemical Fire, and Captain Carter Shield.
And like that, we've lost Tylor.
We all know that, Rocket's terrible, so that makes sense.
It wasn't Rocket's fault. Actually, I'm going to blame Watcher, because he put Watcher on 20, and when he did that, he came up with Thanos, and then Thanos missed because I fronted up Saki and Agatha, perplexing both their defenses to 20, and actually I put both perplexes into Agatha, so she was at 21, and he missed. And then I had Faust there. He tried to prop with Faust, didn't work, and then he tried to prop again with Watcher, and I rolled a 6. And so that was a fun time.
That's funny.
He was not happy. Let's just say that. So
yeah.
So after that, his Thanos was kind of hung out to dry, and I got to go ham on him with Saki and Agatha and Rookie, and that was pretty much game after that.
Makes sense, yeah.
Next game I play Josh Parlin, and he's rocking a scientist team with double Giganta, 1 Prime, 1 Not, double Flash, 1 TK, 1 Charge. Molecule Man, Puppet Master, Zaki Iron Man, and Daniel Burkhardt. Pretty good squad. He ended up finishing in the top 4, and he's a real nice guy too, and he's a lot of fun to play. But he moved up a little bit, and I was able to get my Saki off on his before he could go on me, and then he retaliated on Agatha and missed.
Yeah, 10 attack on a probably 20.
Yeah. So, but I think he was trying to kill Faust, and
Sure.
Faust was able to super sense out of it because I was keeping Faust, Agatha, and Rookie all pretty jumbled up because it's a really nice combo with the enhancement and all the psychic blast and stuff. So.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Faust is very, very good.
Faust is very, very, very good.
Yep.
Can't tell you how many times I heard F Faust.
Yep.
So when his retail didn't go off like he wanted, I think I was able to clean up after that pretty well.
Mhm.
Next game is Donham. This is my first loss of the day because I played like absolute dog poop. Like, it's on the stream, like, you can see just how badly I positioned, and this is where, like, the second wind falls off. And
Okay.
I'm playing
It's all
bad,
monsters,
like,
right?
yeah, he played monsters, his version with Scarab and, Scarab, Venomags, Venom, Wolverine, Surtur, 2 Moloids, and
Double
Sky Tyrant.
That sounds like a variation of the team that I was tooling with.
Oh, Ace, it's monsters. Who'd have thought?
Yeah, he played 8 of the 9 good monster pieces. Weird.
How about that?
Yeah, I mean nobody was playing Surtur because everybody thought he was bad, and I.
That's
started
because he's
working with him.
bad. I'll stand by that. I'll die on that hill.
You know,
Did Surtur do good on in your game?
he did good for me because I mind control him to kill stuff. So
True.
but that was all I got to kill because I screwed up my first turn and I didn't make my Agatha marker. I chose the barrier instead for some ludicrous reason that I can't even remember why.
Okay.
So he Sky Tyrant it over and wrecked Bishop and Shard and
Yeah. Agatha is only good against Sky Tyrant if you remember to use her.
Yeah. I had Agatha and I had Bishop and Shard on back row, and I didn't really think he was gonna go all in to kill him, and he did, and he got me. I ended up losing that game 90-35, but
Oh wow.
I could have positioned my Saki when I hypersonic speed to punch his Tyrant a little bit better, but I was pretty tired and not thinking straight, so I'll give myself that excuse. So Matt played a great game. He played lights out, and I fumbled a lot, and he deserved to win that game.
Sure.
Next game, I play Kenning Minx, or Manning Kinks.
Yep.
Or the resident HeroClix frat boy. And Kenny's a great guy. Love him a lot. He was the total blast to hang out with over the weekend.
Oh yeah, I bet in New Orleans.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Him and Matt like had 5 a.m. lights back on Sunday morning, and like we were going out Saturday night, and then Matt trying to like herd Kenny was just the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. So Kenny's rocking Latveria, Agatha team. He picks map and he goes on what was that new wrestling ring thing called? Set it off, set the ground. I don't know.
I have no clue.
It's a remade rock map with the rest.
Settle it on the canvas.
There we go. You're my
Oh.
hero, Ace. Thank you. So he picks settling on the canvas, which is actually kind of nice for me against that team because the double flashes can't really get up in my face that fast if I'm staying up on the elevated terrain.
Yeah. Starting
So-
in those maps is annoying.
Yeah. So I'm able to position pretty well against him, but staying on the elevated, using Marvello to barrier the stairs. Yeah. And then I can set my Agatha bubble, and then I pull a nice trick where I TK Scaring Iron Man to a spot, use Marvello to carry Faust, and then up to Scaring Iron Man, sidestep with Scaring Iron Man, to then position Faust just a little further up, free place behind his formation to outwit his doom, and then I can charge in. Charge in, flurry in. Yeah.
That's
And,
pretty cool.
So like,
Yeah, it was a.
so I want to see. Did Manny make top 8? I don't think so.
Not staying the sheet here.
No, he didn't. He didn't make top 8. He lost his next game, I think.
Yeah.
He finished 3-2.
Right, but not a lot
Oh,
of
okay.
points. Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking offline, like off the top of my head, like what was his map list? Because Settle It on the Canvas is not the play.
Yeah, I feel like Glengrove is just the map.
Right, Vinglover is the map, right, and you can just order it. Because Settle It on the Canvas, like last year, Tylor first played his animal team versus me, and
I remember that.
and he only took me to Settle It on the Canvas, and
Because I didn't know the map. I thought it was wide open. I didn't know the starting area was so screwed up.
right.
Screwed
is-
me that day. It like ruined your TK lines and carries and stuff.
It did
It
not.
was a
It
bit
did
of a
not on
mess.
my team. It didn't. I mean,
Sure.
because I won the first time and lost the second time, but that was because I forgot Sky Tyrant shared a
I
keyboard.
was gonna say,
with-
didn't you only lose because you forgot about the +1 attack on Tyrant?
yeah, I did.
He also rolled, I think, 2 5s.
You rolled very badly. I
I,
do remember
I
that.
rolled badly enough, but anyways, I'm like Skittle. But anyways, in this case with Zach, Settle It on the Canvas is not the map. You know, I know Manny will probably have some verbose reason that he didn't play something else, but I mean, Settle on the Canvas. I'm not saying that he has some magic way to beat you, Zach, but the map choice kind of puts him behind the bubble to start out with.
I don't think he was that disadvantaged by it because I mean he's got sidestep TK too.
Yeah, but
And-
so as you said, the elevated starting areas messing up flashes because you can just barrier in the steps. Flashes on a map where you can't do that are much more dangerous.
Yeah, but when the engagement happened, I was off the elevated terrain. I just didn't have to worry about it for the first 2 turns. Is all.
2 turns is a lot.
Yeah, but when you're also like freaking exhausted, it's okay because we were all Kenny was probably a little intoxicated, and I was feeling a little intoxicated by this point in the day. So,
Wait, did the venue have alcohol?
there was alcohol around the venue.
Oh, okay.
There was
That
alcohol
you
within
could-
half a mile of Kenny.
Yeah. So, and it had a you can't not bring in alcohol policy. So Kenny brought in alcohol.
That's funny. So you won that
Hey
game?
man, I won that game. It was pretty close. His because I basically got to one shot his Doom with
Right.
Saki Iron Man, and yeah, because Agatha's pretty much duked it out after that. He got Commissioner and Faust, and something else.
Mhm.
I can't remember what. It was like the score was like 90 to 105. It was a close game, but
Wow.
So I have a quick question regarding your team, as kind of
Sure.
we're going a switch. What made you pick Agatha over Scarlet Witch?
100% mobility. I didn't. So when Disney Plus first dropped, I saw Scarlet Witch, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, she's a nuke factory," and I'm like, action economy is what the meta is all about right now. Is how many extra stuff can you do for free? And I didn't like that you had to spend either a TK or some sort of way to position her from a room marker. And with Scarlet, you're always stuck wherever she's at. You either have to TK her off the marker or to where she needs to put her marker. But with Agatha, you get the free place, and you get to basically put her wherever she needs to go, or you get to pull her back so you can expand your bubble, which is going to be important.
Did you ever get put on a map where her placement was just, I don't want to say like non-existent, but it was just not, you weren't able to get optimal placements?
Absolutely. I did it to myself when I picked the Void against Crampton and Swiss.
Oh, okay.
I assume that's why Molecule Man's on the team, though, right?
I don't have Molecule Man.
I was going to say, he doesn't have Molecule Man.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong build sheet. Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So I opted not to go with Molecule Man because I just don't like pieces that can't attack very well. It's partially why I straight away. Yeah, that's why I didn't like Latveria build, because Latveria, you basically have 90 to 100 points that doesn't really attack after the charge flash gets its one off. It's kind of done, and then Bishop always hangs in the back. So basically, you're fighting with 175 points against the other team's 300 points. So, because I tried it out after Lewis got wrecked by Jason. We had to test that out and see how that went, and all the variations of Latveria, and that's kind of steered me to being off theme, is because I always like it whenever every piece that I have can do something important.
Sure.
Yeah.
Jason, you caused ripples throughout their testing.
You're welcome.
It was a great team. Like, I saw it live. I saw Lewis just get wrecked live, and I'm like, oh man, buddy, what are you doing down there? And then it was just like, when the massacre started, I'm like, oh, that team is so good. I love it. Everything is a threat. It's just a nuke factory. So, Jason, that was a great team, man.
Thank you very much.
So anyways, that was me and Kenny's game. Then I played Crampton. I win map. I picked Void because I wanted to have some fun playing a map I haven't played before, and I was really tired. I wasn't really thinking it through. So I play on the Void, and Crampton takes one look at it, and he knows just what to do. He picks the side with the elevated in the corner, and he's playing the double Marvel Steven
Skinny
Rogers.
Steve Rogers, yeah.
Yeah, and then Thanos, Saki, Iron Man. So, in typical 4 points fashion, he moves to a corner and barriers up. And I start blowing up some blocking terrain that's in front of me, trying to get good hopping points for Agatha. And my placement is just all types of terrible, and he's able to hop in with Thanos and get a mind control off and pick off Faust and pick off Venom Mags, and I think Marvella's probably next. I ended up losing like 105 to 25. I got his commissioner, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah, makes sense. So what did you end up placing, like, on the bubble?
I ended up being 7th. Yeah, because basically I had 2 lower scoring games with Donham and.
Was it top 8?
Top 8.
I'm assuming. Okay.
I think we had 26 people on the day, which was really pretty great.
Yeah.
All things considered, and the venue was awesome. Gopher Games is an awesome venue. Mac, the store owner, really cool. Hats off to Aaron for running a great tournament, and always being chill and not, like some judges like to be a little stickish about everything. Aaron's just not.
Sure.
So it was always nice to have, when you have a good judge that's like not a pain about everything. So it ended up being like total blast. And
cool.
New Orleans is a fantastic city, so next time they have a nice tournament like that, I highly recommend, because It's fun for the weekend. Get to have some great food, great scenery, steamboat cruises, all sorts of awesome stuff. It's
Sure.
fun to spend the weekend.
So you head into top 8 as 7th seed. What was your top 8 matchup like?
Top 8, I go against Luis Reyes. So.
So you had to go against the Fantastic Four.
I did, and unfortunately for Lewis, my team was really good against Fantastic Four.
Yep.
He wins map and he puts me on Ultron Layer, so I take the side with the hindering terrain, and
With the very little bit of hindering.
yeah, it was just enough.
Yeah,
just enough
that's all you need.
Yep. So, unfortunately, Lewis didn't have Hell's Pit or whatever yet, so he had to put me on Ultron's Lair.
And just to be clear for everybody listening, Hell's Pit is not WizKids legal. If you're looking at that map for Nationals, it is not WizKids legal.
That's what I was gonna say. Didn't you mention that at one point?
Yeah, well, I mentioned it again. So you picked the side with a little bit of blocking. Hindering, sorry.
And that's where, Fantastic Four, I think it's been talked about, they can't see through stealth and don't really have great ranged options, so.
And the rune really messes that team up.
Oh yeah. So at this point is where I'm starting to get better with my bubble. So I'm getting better at putting Agatha in hindering terrain, TKing her into it, and then free placing her 3 squares back to really net the 7 square yield that it starts to get. And with Bishop to cut off range, it really puts a lot of teams in a tough spot. So Lewis goes really heavy in close combat with Wolverine and Julie Power and Mr. Fantastic, Franklin, of course, Double Lockjaw, of course, Valeria, and Dad Thing. And he tries to push up with his pogs, but I kind of pick him off. And then as he's kind of shifting around his placement, I see an opportunity to target Lockjaw and Wolverine. So I pop Wolverine, targeting him and Lockjaw with Rookie, who's so good. Rookie is just stupid good. For 25 points, what you get with Commissioner is just stupid. So anyways, I'm able to do that, and that forces Lewis to move up, and it's not really favorable for him to do so. He tries the hypersonic game with Julie Power, but she misses on Venomax, I think is what he was going for.
Oh, that's sad. He's a 16.
Yeah. Well, he didn't roll great, and then I might have hit his super senses in there. I don't really remember.
Sure.
I just knew I pretty much was kind of in the driver's seat with forcing him to come up. And then that ends up being the game. I think I get Julie and something else. And he can't get anything off of me.
Okay, so pretty low scoring still. Seems like a lot of your games are low score.
Yeah, Agatha is super defensive. A lot of teams are really kind of wary to dive into me. And then when I get to just throw a Rookie out and for no cost, I get to go pick something off and force them to move up. It's a really great tactic.
Cool. So top 4?
Top 4 is the Crampton match. And this is my by far the hardest match of the day. Because, Crampton and Cut, it's going to be like, if you make one little mistake, you lost the game kind of deal. Fortunately for me, I get to make a few mistakes because Crampton's dice weren't very great.
Sure.
So, he wins map. We go on Realm of Death. And on Realm of Death, there's the walled off starting side and there's the not walled off starting side. And this is where Brad Prep Time Broyles is really saving my butt here, because Thursday night at like midnight we're talking about it, because my build originally at F4 Hulk instead of start carrying Iron Man run through walls on this map, because I'm like, Thanos puts me here, what am I gonna do? I can't get anywhere, can't do anything. And then Brad's kind of like, well, this is how we maximize your bubble. We go into this corner, and we do this, and we do this, and then Thanos is gonna have a real hard time. So I'm like, okay, fair point. I'm convinced. I'm gonna run Saki, because it's the best piece in the game.
Yeah.
I'll say he's the best piece in the game right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty fair.
It's hard to argue. Yeah.
So my first turn, I blow up a square of blocking terrain that's right in front of the start zone, and I TK out Agatha. I place her rune. I keep my team close to the back row, so I'm trying to net my full 7 square bubble yield, but my team is kind of too big for it because I've got way too many pieces with all the pogs. So I'm kind of worried that Thanos can just come in and pick off something on the edge, mind control it, have it kill Marvella, and take off. But Crampton's team is also kind of slow on Realm of Death, so he's not really able to jump after me on turn 2 and turn 3. He's not rolling very high on his gems, so it buys me a little time to reconfigure a little bit better. And then he jumps in, he gets mind control off, but misses, and then I prop him. He crit misses, and then pulls back. I mean, crit missing with Thanos is actually a good thing, I think. I mean, doesn't your attack go up by 1?
It does. It does. That's true.
So, it's just rough to miss. But that gives me a better idea of where he's going for his mind control, because he's picking a Nick trick, and he's just taking phasing with Saki Iron Man, and he's phasing out 12, carrying Thanos and putting him in position to mind control, and then Thanos will phase back the 6 squares to keep them both safe.
Yeah, that's
so.
I mean, like, yeah, you're kind of confirming what I had thought, because I talked to Scott about it, and he was like, I just don't like the Spider Pharaoh version of the team. And I'm like, well, like, I built the Spider Pharaoh version of the team to be hyper mobile versus specifically Bishop.
Yeah, and you know, to your credit, I've watched you play last couple of weeks on your stream, and to get a good feel of your sniper tank team, and I really liked it a lot. It's really good. And I really was impressed the way that you're able just to. I saw you kill a couple bishops by just gunning down there and taking them out. So I was definitely wary of Thanos.
Yeah, and I only saw one Spider Thanos in the field. That I think I saw in the pictures that they posted. So didn't look like that person made top 8 either. So
yeah, I think there were a few other Thanoses besides Scott. Like, there was Fred, but he played that Butcher variation, and there was somebody else who played another variation that I didn't see, but I didn't think I saw a Spider Pharaoh version.
yeah, I saw one in the pictures, but just the one. I think it was just Scott, the guy that you played, and the Spider Pharaoh's version. I don't even know who that was specifically.
Sure.
Gotcha.
So that sent you to the finals. After, so did you get to? I guess specifically, I guess in your top 4, but did you get to ruin his Thanos?
No, I didn't even get to attack his Thanos. I didn't make a single attack that game.
Wait,
basically,
what?
Yeah. Basically what I had to do is I ended up lining up my rune 4 squares from the edge of the map and 4 squares up, and I put all my people with 3 damage against the wall. Okay. So no matter what, Thanos couldn't mind control my 3 damage people except for Agatha. And I kept throwing all my perplexes into her defense, so her defense was a 21.
Why couldn't he mind controller?
Bishop.
Bishop.
Because if he
Oh,
he
yeah,
creates
yeah.
the bubble with Bishop. So if you move close enough to negate Bishop, then
You're in the bubble.
You're in the rune.
you're in the
Yep.
rune. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
But my setup wasn't. It was good, but it wasn't, I guess, perfect because he could get.
And I'm guessing he just never hit Agatha.
He did hit Agatha. I just super sensed it, and then his other, and so that was the line that he could get to was Agatha, Faust, Marvella, Commissioner, and then the line behind that was Rookie, Scarian, Bishop, Shard. So all my 3 damage people he couldn't get to. All my 2 damage people were in front. So unless he got Agatha, he wasn't gonna kill anybody with 1 action. So that forced the roll off because he rolled a 1 too many times on Thanos' gym, I guess.
You guys went through a 0-0 roll off.
We did. It was
Okay,
probably
I didn't
the
know
hardest game I've ever played.
They're generally not easy to get 0-0s in that long.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
that I've had 2 roll-offs. One of them was a 0-0 and the other one wasn't, and it was definitely, I agree, the hardest games of HeroClix I've ever played.
I mean, just the fact, like, because on Realm of Death, I had no attack options. Like, none. Like, I can't throw out Rookie because I might be able to kill Marvella, but then he's just going to mind control Rookie to run right back and shoot my Marvella or Commissioner or whatever. It's got 3 damage. He can kill a couple of things. So I can't do that. I can't push out Saki because his team could just take off my tokens and then blow up Saki. So I had no attack routes at all. And I'm an aggressive guy. I usually like to play aggressive teams. And this team was not aggressive.
Yeah.
So it was definitely different.
What was the roll off? Do you remember? Like, what was the?
I think Crampton rolled a 6 and I rolled an 8.
Ooh.
I think.
So not like just a normal one, not like terribly spicy or anything.
No, it wasn't like a tie win kind of deal or anything like that.
Oh man. Well,
But
that's pretty crazy. I'm surprised you never had an attack option with Agatha. That's.
Well, if he just keeps phasing like he's saying he did, it kind of makes sense.
I guess so, right? Like,
I had no choice but to wait to try and counterpunch for Thanos to come in. Hopefully not kill anything with his mind control, and then he'd only get to phase 6 away at that point. And with that, I could follow up because he wouldn't be behind his double Marvellas doing barrier up there in the double wall part of Realm of Death, which was really hard to get through. So I took it as that was my only option, and I just had to wait.
Yeah.
And do what I can until then. And we ended up playing to a roll-off, and, you know, Scott's a fantastic player, so it was really hard to make that work, and I got lucky.
Sure. Alright. Yeah, finals then.
Finals! So I'm playing against Nathan. I can't pronounce your last name, Nathan. I'm sorry. Nathan's running Agatha Latveria team. And he's a real nice guy. He wins BAB. He puts us on Barn. And I'm okay with Barn. Great for me. I can put Cloak in the corner and take it without worrying about Flash.
Yep.
So I do that. And that's my turn 1. His turn 2, he launches Agatha. Like, TKs are out 8, Smoke Clouds are places up 4 more after moving out like 4 or 5 squares from the start zone. So Agatha is like 4 or 5 squares away from my start zone with a rune. And I haven't had to deal with this all day. So I'm like, okay. And then he moves up his Doom. His full 14 squares or whatever, so he's only 4 or 5 squares away from Agatha, and his 3 best attackers are kind of within range of my whole team. But problem is kind of double token. So this is where
problem.
It kind of was. It kind of was, because that's where I just take Commissioner and I outwit.
Uh-oh. Did we lose Zach?
Sorry, I'm back.
Okay.
My computer went into sleep mode. I hadn't moved my mouse around enough.
Sure.
So that's where I take Commissioner. I outwit Stealth with Commissioner, and then I take Agatha, pick outwit Prob. I outwit Senses. I've free TK, bounce back to Agatha, so her damage is a 5. She blasts Agatha for 5, and then I follow that up with a shot from Saki Irem, and I kill Agatha. His next turn, he hits leadership with Flash, pulls the token off of his double token Doom. Doom comes in, flurries, kills Agatha. His Flash comes in, mops up Faust, and Venomax. So score is 165 to 100.
Oh, wow.
But his team's locked, so that's where Rookie in all of his glory just gets 2 turns to wail on everything. And then this is where I actually get to use Bishop to make an attack on Doom with a 13 for 4. Blow up Doom. Rookie finishes off Doom and puts 2 into Molecule Man. And I power action Commissioner to do it again. Finish off Molecule Man and kill Flash. Because Flash only had 1 left after taking Mystics. And then it's pretty much game after that. So I got a top dial Saki run, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds aggressive.
That was, yeah. So, so I think we answered like Mike SQ's question. How big of a deal was losing initiative, and how were you able to overcome it?
How many times did you win and lose map on the?
I won
8
map
games?
once.
Okay.
Only once,
tracks.
and that was against Crafton, who
It was
also
on theme.
did on theme. So yeah.
Was Crampton the only untheme you played against?
It
sounded like
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fred was the Cosmic Team. Josh was Scientist. Matt was Monsters. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
So it just sounds like to me like the answer to that one is based on what you're saying is, you were able to overcome it by just having, that place the rune, go back, place the bubble, go back 3, get into Bishop's situation.
Yeah, that was definitely the bread and butter of the team, was the fact that I had free TK to place her where she needed to be, free step back, or vice versa, however the map worked out. On Realm of Death, it was way harder because I had to blow up some blocking terrain. Realm of Death is really tough. I hate that map. I hated that map 10 years ago. I hate it today. I don't know why they had to reprint that. Like, my biggest pet peeve in HeroClix is, why do they make maps to where you fight the map and not the team?
Hey, it's not a symmetrical map. People been complaining about that, right?
Oh my gosh, Realm of Death is terrible. I don't think anybody would.
I was gonna say, shut up, Tyler.
I don't think people complained as much about Thanos if it hadn't been for that Realm of Death map.
Maybe Realm of Death is very bad. It's awful.
Yeah.
So I agree with you there.
It's not just Thanos. It's like anytime I gotta play it, not Thanos. It's just awful. Like the double walled rooms and stuff. Like
I mean it's bad. Yeah, it's bad. But unfortunately, Thanos was made out to be the badder guy.
Yeah.
My
heart breaks for Thanos.
Yeah, I'm glad it does.
I mean, it's great with Thanos. That's true. I mean, it's.
You know what? I can't. And by the way, I'm not going to allow Zach to have any Thanos hate because one, he bought a Thanos package from me.
Thanos was on my short list. I was literally going to play like a version of. So my Thanos version was very similar to Scott's. I was going to go Thanos, Commissioner, Sakiron, but I was gonna go Venomax for place.
That seemed like a theme this weekend was Commissioner. Where I talked about this a couple episodes ago. I felt like Commissioner kind of fell off. Nobody's playing him anymore.
He's so good.
That's what it felt like to me. I mean, even on unthemed teams, he wasn't.
I was playing him.
Well, I
Well, you're
think.
playing Monster, and he's one of the 8, 9 good monsters.
Well, I think the big thing for me is like, I don't know, maybe it was Jason a couple weeks ago that did it, right? I mean, it's just giant dude sees over things, feels real good.
Yeah. It feels real good. Yeah.
I mean, I said it when Wonder Woman came out. Commissioner is the most broken piece in that set, and I still stand by that today. For what you get for 25 points is just absolutely insane.
That's had a lot of good figures, so I don't know if I can agree with that because you have you have
Tyrant.
Chip,
I know. You got Tyrant, but you pay 50 for Tyrant, and
no, I was thinking Chip
Flash.
or Faust or Flash. Yeah, those are my 3.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, I love Commissioner. I don't think you can argue there's a better 25 points for what he gives you.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you get leadership, you get prog, you get giant, you get the giant willpower,
Outwit, 2
Outwit,
PDs,
you get
Batman
2 PDs.
ability.
Oh, and hey, if you're positioned right, you get another free attack. I mean, come on.
Well,
Like-
it's not a free attack; you just do a power action. But
Well, yeah, I mean, it's another attack.
yeah.
Yeah. So you get a ranged flurry, basically,
Mhm.
all for 25 points. Like, absolutely crazy. So,
It's very good.
So
Would there be any changes you would make after playing it this weekend?
So let me ask the question this way. So we heard about some of the other teams you wanted to play, like from McConnell Lamar asked that, but and then Paul Cote asked about Scarlet Witch, or was it Agatha? So like I know you mentioned that a little bit before, but like along with Scarlet Witch, was there any other pieces that you considered?
yeah, so David Way, who made top 8, he played Captain America Avengers team. I had a Captain America Avengers team with Sakiron, not Venomax.
Wait a minute.
Doctor Strange.
Mhm.
I think F4 Hulk and something else. That I was really close to doing it because I was thinking about what would counter Agatha, and I really liked what Captain America could do against Agatha because Hypersonic is one of the best ways to get inner bubble and back out again, and not have to deal with that, and you can be aggressive against it. So that was my biggest worry. As
When
an
you're saying
Agatha-
Captain America, you mean the chase, right?
yeah, the chase. I think he's really, really good. I mean, 10 years ago, he would have been on everybody's team without a blink of the eye.
Well, that's true for sure.
Even 5 years ago, 3 years ago. Jeez.
I mean, I think so would Saki, Iron Man, and Thanos, and
Yeah.
and the Flashes,
Yeah.
and Molecule Man, and everything else that we play these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he is good against Agatha because you can pull her out of her bubble, right?
I think so. I don't know exactly. I haven't talked to a judge about how that would fly with what powers you get at the start of the action versus going into the bubble and what you could resume afterwards. I assume you'd have to hit your breakaway roll and get back out of the bubble, and then you can place her after that. But that's still very, very good. If you can get that to pull off, very much KO that Agatha. And that team's going to be hurt. Especially that Varia team that is missing a lot of offense, I think. After having played against it twice, I think it really does kind of hurt on offense. So the Flash is a one-off cannon, right? I think you get about 4 to 5 damage out of it, realistically speaking, and then it dies. And then Doom's kind of soft. Yeah, he's got impervious, but he's outwittable.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the thing for me when I played Bat Doom was just the fact that it could stay back. Right, like aggressive Doom has a lot of trouble. Or aggressive Latveria, I think, always has had some trouble.
Well, I think the better play is actually to switch into Mystical Doom with the running shot, Psychic Blast, prob anything, anywhere, a million times. But nobody was switching into that. Everybody was going Doom.
I mean, it's such a powerful effect, right? It's hard to say no to it.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, but it's like the One Ring, you know. You get tempted by the power, and it's not the right play.
Sure. Yeah, could be.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there a particular reason? Brad Boyles' question is, do you prefer non-theme teams, or are you preferring theme teams as of late?
So I guess I always like playing weird stuff, like, and I'm okay with going second a lot, because I guess when I played chess in middle school, I always played black, so I used to being a reactive player. So going second doesn't bother me. A lot of theme teams lately, there's a lot of pieces that don't really contribute throughout the match. Like, they're really good maybe for your first or second turn, but after that they don't do anything, and that inefficiency really kind of bugs me personally. So I like to have stuff that always is important all throughout the match, and I tend to find that a little bit more in off team, because Commissioner and Faust is like the greatest combination ever.
Yeah, you just play all of the best pieces that you want to play, right?
And they all do things always. So,
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah, generally you're okay playing unthemed.
Gotcha. Yeah. I like that. So, let's see. I want to make sure that we... Brad Milburn wants to know, do your Zach King powers only work when you're in New Orleans, or are you able to rule remotely from Texas?
Let me check my Magic 8 Ball.
Okay.
Right.
Get back to us.
And then Constantine wants to know, which piece was the MVP? Like,
I can guess.
Ooh.
Well, no, don't guess, Tyler. I want to hear.
I'm not gonna.
What was the MVP? What made it all bring it together?
You know, it was really a collective effort by every player on the team.
Oh my god, the HeroClix. I like that. So,
I'd probably have to say. So I played the combination of Venomags, Faust, and Commissioner before, but I would always get rocked by a Sky Tyrant or a Flash that comes in and gets their hits off. So I gotta say Agatha, just because he takes away the flurries that come up in my face. But the one who dealt the most damage was probably Rookie.
Wow. The Pog, yeah.
I mean, he's got the incredible willpower, and then I comboed him with Faust a lot, so he's always blasting for 4. And so Sakuran would always be kind of stuck around turn 3. After he picks up a second object, he gets one off with maybe a hypersonic on something, and then most games were kind of at their tipping point by turn 4 or 5.
Right. So you know what? I don't want to interrupt you there, Zach, but that is an excellent point of why I don't like to equip Thanos now, because the bad low variance rolls by turn 3 catch up with Thanos if you've equipped him.
Yeah, definitely.
And now people are realizing that with Saki Iron Man. So now, keep in mind, that effect is exacerbated by the fact that Thanos is 175 points versus your 50-point piece.
Yeah.
Dude, just play Power Broker. What are you doing?
I know, right? I played with Power Broker this morning, and or during my lunch break today, and was not.
So you don't sound too impressed.
Yeah, I was not too impressed. I'm not impressed with Power Broker when you go second. because you almost don't have the time to add the thing to her.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, Destroyer is just so much better for Prime.
You know what? Destroyer, like, you know what? Like, I was trying to, like, I think personally, like, I was trying to, like, not fit Destroyer. Because, like, oh, you know, I'm just trying to keep my mind open, right, for all these other primes.
Mm-hmm.
And Destroyer is, like, blazing through the list. You know, like, when you roll your scroll wheel through a list and it's like, like, Destroyer is blazing past so many primes in Modern right now.
Yeah,
he's pretty good.
Well, I mean, if you play Thanos, you have to play Destroyer because that's just such a great combo.
Well, I think like in a lot of teams, like, even like your team, right? Like, I understand like the specific Agatha bubble
Bishop, yeah.
Yeah, the specific Agatha Bishop bubble that you were creating is very particular, but like, it's almost like I think Destroyer is a must-have if you're not playing a Prime. He just like in my
agree with that.
Well, I'll record. So like, I was playing Jason's team, and in my final round of the Bradcast event, I didn't have a good round versus Thanos to begin with. But I was playing the police team, and I got to the third round. Destroyer KO'd 4 of Jalen's figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And rolled his big size 2 out of 4 turns.
Nice.
That's low. It should be more than that.
Right. So I had a moderately low variance, and like I had parked Commissioner next to him with the enhancement because he'd gotten hit once. So it was a 10 range, 11 attack, 5 damage turret that was just blasting things off the map with Psyblast, and it was crazy. It was absolutely insane.
Yeah,
and you know what? I forgot that Commissioner had fucking police.
There you go. Full attack.
Yeah.
You know what? I never once used PD all day.
Right. I just remembered that. So, I tell you what, I need to take a quick.
I never wildcarded Marvella either. Now that I think about it, man, I played
that
like
seems
terrible.
Dude, you can get Underworld for Marvella. She can carry. I mean, when you just tokens, she can carry.
Yeah.
Well, she shared a keyword with Iron Man. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she shared a keyword with Agatha.
Agatha, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I tell you what, let's just go down the list real quick. I'm going to take a quick pee break. Peter Melton's question as we transition here, with rotation coming soon, give us your favorite piece or two that are rotating, and that's a question for everybody. So if you can go Zach Taylor. Or
What?
Sorry. It's the first
Taylor.
This is your fault.
Taylor Speed.
This is my fault?
This is your fault for having the Twisted Teas tonight and making us a bunch of. Yeah, this is the reason I have to go to the bathroom mid podcast. You're making us a bunch of degenerates tonight. So let's just go Zach, Tylor, Jason, and then I'll come back here in just a minute.
All right.
Is his favorite figures that are rotating?
Yeah, that will miss.
Okay.
Yeah. I just want to call you Taylor now.
Don't do it.
God,
I hate that.
Tay.
Tay.
Because everybody calls me Taylor. There's no A in my name. So people are dumb. Okay? There's no A. My name's not Taylor.
You're right. People are dumb.
So if I gotta pick a piece, I'm picking super rare Captain Marvel Chewie making machine.
Hey,
so much fun.
I love that piece. Yeah, I've played her a lot. She's very, very good. Even like she's one of the few pieces from that set that holds up. I feel like.
Oh yeah, like even with the nerf to hypersonic, I still played her, and Chewie is just such a difference maker. you never get a 6 off on blades, your worth is just there.
Yeah, and you got 2 shots at it.
Yeah, right?
That's a good one. For me, I feel like it has to be Grodd. I'll miss Grodd. Specifically for animals, because he's great, but just in general, I said he was the best 10 points in the game for a long time, and he is. He's got great keywords. You can bring him in off the sideline. Right, empower. Just if they leave him alive and he gets to dual target mind control, after you move up with your team, it can be so devastating. For 10 points he's crazy, and I miss him so much.
I think I'm gonna miss Micron and Adam.
Okay.
I like those guys a whole bunch.
I love both of them, but I built so many teams with them. I just never ended up playing them, and I'm sad about it.
Well, they were in that whole pandemic bubble time,
True.
is where they spent the majority of their life, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think I liked Adam more than Micron. Adam was so good.
Adam was really good. They were both really good together. And, I really liked the JLA team that I had with them in the starter flash and just going across the board and wrecking stuff with them. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I second the motion that WizKids were morons for retiring JLU too early.
I'm fine with it. Get rid of them. Get rid of the troublemakers. They were not a good balance mechanic.
That's fair. I like not having to count attacks and misses anymore, but
I feel
the
like
rest of the set.
They have to be a balanced mechanic.
No, troublemakers were a win more mechanic.
Yeah, but if it's no, because you also had the
100%
other one. Well, you
Trouble
have the other
alerts.
one too.
Trouble alerts are fine except for Vulcan. Because
he's the only one worth doing.
Yeah.
Penetrating poison coming in shouldn't be a thing. But no, the troublemakers were just literally win more figures that had no risk.
Well,
10 points is not a risk.
It is, right?
It is technically a risk, but not a very big one.
It's a small risk for sure.
For what they do.
Yeah, obviously they're great for.
I'm glad
the best 10 points in the game.
I'm glad that's going.
So what? So Zach answered, Tyler answered, Jason answered, and we're waiting on Az's answer?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's not me now. The figure that I will probably miss the most is Orange Proteus.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's a good one too.
So
and then personally Undertaker, just because.
Yeah.
I will not miss Undertaker.
So I don't know
what. It's fun and people were fun.
That's true. I don't know what all y'all's answers are, and you don't have to tell me because I missed it during the bathroom break there. But I miss all the 10-point figures. Just anything that equaled 10 points, I miss it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
it's rough now.
Yeah, so there's just things where I'm I need a little bit of filler. And we were spoiled this entire time about that. So
we're in the era of 20-point figures now.
Yeah, now Mick and Vil just aren't cutting it for me, and Multiple Man just not cutting it for me.
That's a big reason why I didn't go theme, is because those 10-point figures are gone. You can't really pump yours up, and most theme teams are sitting around 5 to 7 now. So it's more like a 50-50 chance that you get map. So I was like, the heck with it. I'll just play the good stuff and
right.
All the time.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I think where we're at now is Thanos needs theme for the probs, and very specifically, I built for example, I'm not going to just keep talking about that for sure, but Thanos needs theme for the props. He just can't miss. Thanos can't miss. It just can't happen, right? But I think everything else that wants to win map is needs to be around an 8 or a 9 now.
That needs to win map, you mean?
Yeah, that just wants to win map more often is an 8 or a 9, but it's going to go against other 8s or 9s, and potentially just lose that 50-50. So I like Zach's thought process there. But I think
and
the
8s and 9s are really only like +2 from the average. I mean, it's not.
That's not.
I mean,
huge.
+6 is. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
But to round out Peter's question, any of the 10-point ones, of course the JLU chases, but even like I find myself missing 10-point Superman more often than I thought I would.
10-point Superman is really good.
Yeah. Just an 8.
Tell you what I don't miss is 10-point Proteus. That fast.
Hey. He was pretty damn good.
I'm sorry, you didn't have to play Mike Eskew with 8 of them MFers and 2 Grods for a +9 ruler theme with Thanos. That was an MFer, let me tell you. Like, that on the negative zone, you couldn't even move. Like, the Proteus just locked everything up. You couldn't get anywhere. It was terrible. One of the worst games I ever had.
I know, it was so glorious to have all those Proteuses, like... And it was awesome because I was able to have an 8-range Proteus, which meant that like things that like wanted to park outside of my bubble, like I had my own bubble, but it was 8 squares, and I just raised walls. Like you just shot down a wall or you shot a pog. I raised a wall up in the pog's place. It was
Makes sense.
It was fantastic.
I think specifically for the filler stuff, losing the gems and the rings all at the same time hurt too, because it used to be 5-10 points are left, you just plug it in the best one on your team, and that's making it a lot harder to fill those points, I think.
Losing all my barrier options on monsters.
Every single no, excuse me.
Every single one of them.
You have Human Torch.
Excuse me?
Scroll Human Torch, baby.
God.
You know, he ain't bad. He ain't bad. He running shots for 11-3 or 11-4.
You know, he gives you scroll team ability to copy.
All right, moving on to the next question. But real quick, hey, check out sponsor of our show, Auxxit. And on Friday, the 24th of this month, Auxxit has been doing 100% of the proceeds charity auction, and they are supporting their community in Buffalo, New York, and all of the proceeds are going to a church whose members were directly impacted by the tragic supermarket shooting in May. So check out the link in bio to join Auxxit. The fund will be starting on Friday the 24th at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. So download the app and check out Auxxit today. Link in bio. Cool. So moving on to the next part of the show here, is we got a flash errata today that was clearly done because Clixed Off and Brad Broyles' Bradcast publicized it, and we are fully connected.
Way to go, you big meaty heads. God.
We did it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple thing. I always expected it to be errata. It's just you can only play 3 now. One's at 30, the other 2 are at 20.
But that's the forced construction point value. They're all 30 for game effects, though.
Yep. The biggest change, from what everybody's been playing it as for last year, is that you can now play TK Flash at 30 if you want, which is a great option at 30. And that's kind of cool.
Which is technically a buff, right?
Yeah.
And like sure. I think we all agree here in general that Charge Flash plus TK Flash at 50 is insane value. But
yeah, I agree with that.
But there are also like cases where people may want to play just TK Flash at 30. So I'll propose a option for you here, okay? And I don't think you have to resort to this option, so just follow along with me. Would you rather have, let's say you have 60 points left on your build, and you have plenty of offense, right? And I think that's the thing, right, where like TK Flash plus, say, Molecule Man for a total of 60 points provides offensive launching and defense versus, say, 50 points of charge flash and TK flash. So,
Done.
But I get, like, I know that's like on scientists, and like scientists have like a bunch of shit going on already. So like I understand that the larger picture it may not be that big a deal, but like just playing TK flash so that you can use the other 20 to 30 points to slot in some defense, I think is really, really good.
Yeah.
More options is always better for sure. I personally, it's hard to imagine not playing a charge flash at 20 if you have the option, but yeah, I mean, more options is always better, and different people play different ways. So yeah, it's definitely a buff from how it used to be played. Technically, it's a nerf for the ruling that it was actually, how it was supposed to be, how it was ruled to be played, or whatever you're gonna say.
Right, I agree.
I think I just saw Vin Magneto drop $20.
Yeah, that would be nice. What is he at? I don't even know. Like 200 something.
Venom Magneto is like 250.
Okay.
There's an actual world where I could see somebody playing 2 flashes and playing TK enhancement out with flash.
You're hot.
Sorry, Ace, I think you're wrong on that one.
But I think it is possible. I don't think it's likely, but like if there's a lot of support needed, you don't always have to use the charge flash.
Well, firstly, it doesn't matter because you get to pick at the beginning of the game.
That's right. That's
exactly.
Right.
And that's why I'm saying it's possible you could see a team field the 2 flashes and one of them be the enhancement out with flash.
In what world do you pass up 6 damage for 1 action? I mean, at the bare minimum.
So like in instances where you lose map.
No, he's one of the best pieces in the game when you lose map because he has a 14 square charge that gets around walls. I cannot overstate my love for charge flash.
I mean, I get it, but it just provides more options, right? At the general, right? Just because we don't understand, just because we don't have a team build ready to go, right? For Az's example, doesn't mean that it doesn't exist.
Sure.
And on Saturday I had to fight more flashes than anything else. I'll tell you this: they remind me a lot of the Wild West 2-shot pistol. Like if you hit, you kill, you win. Good job. If you don't, it's dead. You're dead. You're just dead after that. So,
I mean, maybe not, right? He's got a rollout, If he lives another turn, it's devastating.
I think I can count on one hand the amount of times I've gotten to roll super sensitive charge flash.
Really?
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I played them a lot too. You get the one shot with it and then you're done. That's my biggest problem with putting a flash on the team right now.
I mean, it's probably true most of the time, but it's the value that he adds to the team. Firstly, as an attacker, right? It's a 12 attack. He's dealing 3 to 4 to 5 damage depending on how you set it up. And then you say he's dead the second turn, which is a negative, but it's also he is the number 1 target for your opponent as a 30-point charge piece, right? That's already added value to your team.
Undoubtedly, he's great, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
I love charge flash.
Yeah. No, I get it. I'm with you. But I don't know. Was there anything else that you wanted? And I joke because someone said on our post that this is, I guess, if you know the right people and you're well known in this game, you can get things done. Otherwise, your questions don't matter. If you're in our Facebook group, you can go read that comment. They've been on it.
Super fast with rules erratas and clarification.
Yeah, this one, I mean, it got played at one event, right? Like 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Adam specifically played it to make this happen.
Sure. I mean, that doesn't make a lot of sense because no one was playing it the way he was playing it, so I don't think it needed to happen.
But it was by the rules.
It was, I agree. I think he might be trying to fix a problem that didn't exist. But
yeah,
Right.
Better find it now than get bamboozled with it later at a big tournament.
True. Yeah.
Bamboozled. That's such a great word.
Bamboozle is one of my favorite words.
So I agree. So I don't know. There's not much else to really cover on that one. So we've got 3 events now coming up before U.S. Nationals at Gen Con. And the biggest thing is Dark Age Punisher and Old Man Hawkeye.
What? Oh.
Is at top 8 prizing at Canadian Nats.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, which are on they that's the first time they've been mentioned. So.
Yep.
Now, did we not see? Did we, Jason? And you may not remember this. You may remember. Did we see Dark Reign? Did we see Hawkeye or Punisher?
We saw the Hawkeye sculpt
during the
we did?
During the Spider release, the SPDR con.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Do you remember seeing the SPDR con?
Mm-hmm.
So I think we saw Punisher and Hawkeye then.
I don't remember that.
But it's been so long. But we're only 2 weeks out now from 1, Canadian Nationals, and 2, seeing the Ares, the Hawkeye, and the Punisher that were lost to the realm of COVID. Now, I tell you what I am least excited to see about of these is if they have the dials of the Eternals movie set.
Yes.
I was going to say, the figures that were lost to the 2 years of COVID along with their dials.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully not. That'd be great. But yeah, it's possible for sure. Like it would be similar to that Ghost Rider, the Cosmic Ghost Rider, right? Because that was like held off for so long, and then it turned out.
Oh yeah, the one with
That figure had
the one with
Thanos.
the one with the baby Thanos and the actual Thanos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Punisher Thanos. That figure, those 2 figures had potential if they had 8 Rangers and not 6.
Maybe.
Maybe.
They needed like stop clicks or something. They were similar to the Eternals, right?
So, but what I was gonna say is, oh God. So like, last week we were asked, what does it look like? Should WizKids do anything for Canadian Nationals? And there was obviously a lot of pushback because it came out between this week and last week, and it was 3 weeks away.
Yeah, 3-week notice for Canadian Nationals.
And I'm now looking at the schedule, and you have 4 qualifiers on Saturday, and then you have the national championship on Sunday. That is a lot to happen in 2 days. So
yeah.
So like people were worried about like WKO points not qualifying them. Mm-hmm. And you're right, I never put those 2 together. There is no mention of WKO points allowing you to qualify for this Nationals either.
Yep.
Nope.
Now they have constructed and sealed qualifiers or something, right?
Yeah, 4 of them. Yeah, I'm just now reading that on their website.
I'm very curious to see what the turnout for that event is going to be, with how many people from Canada have been like, I can't get there, I don't have enough time.
Right.
And we would have to break international law.
Yeah, because we don't have our passports. And I'm looking, they're going to have Spider for sale, the SPDR. Yeah. And they're going to have the Plastic Man with his objects, so we probably get the new objects that we saw on eBay sell during the pandemics.
I think there was only one more. I think it was the hydrant, but maybe there's another one.
No, there was a nifty mailbox and the hydrant.
Yeah, well, we've seen the mailbox. We know what that one does.
No. There's 2 mailboxes.
Yes, there is a regular mailbox, and then there is the nifty mailbox.
That's what I just said.
Both of them on realms. Yeah,
I know,
we have
but
both of those on
we've
realms.
seen them, and we saw the hydrant, but it was kind of blurry.
Yeah. Well, it's not on realms. I don't know if we know what it does or not. Or if there's probably a nifty hydrant and a regular hydrant, I would guess.
That's possible. I don't know if we saw the hydrant. We did not see the hydrant. But those things have been out in the wild, and they sold on eBay fairly cheap. I'm just now reading their page, but
hopefully we get to see these dials soon, because it would, obviously we can't go, but it would be nice to know what dials you're playing for before you go to the event. Or is it just going to be you get to the event and we have to wait until someone wins them and opens them to see the dials? That sounds rough. Just
totally
give us the
plausible.
dials.
that sounds
Surprise!
that sounds entirely possible, Tyler. As we anxiously await event updates, we're going to be waiting for somebody to open up their random thingamajigger. And
I hope that is not the case, because WizKids has the dials. They please
you
release
sure?
them. That's true.
Tyler,
They might not even know.
Tyler, you're talking from your position of privilege as an influencer to get these dials published.
Yes, I am.
Oh, snap, you inner circle folk. Oh, my God.
Oh, and we'll
Yeah.
get to see the Phoenix Sentinel for sale.
Yep.
Yeah,
And it's dial, right? I'm excited to see that one.
it better be good.
Do you think it'll have the X-Men keyword?
I have no idea.
Maybe it'll make robots good.
Man, how crazy is suck?
You cut out.
You cut out.
If that figure just sucks, how many people are just gonna?
I mean, it's possible. It's definitely a possibility. But they generally, I can't remember the last con, colossal that wasn't good. Oh no, I can't.
Ghost
It was
Rider.
the Mammoth.
1 million bucks goes right here.
No, I remember it. Yep. So yeah, if it is like that, but I'm assuming it's gonna have a retail, but it's also gonna have great keywords. It's gonna be robot, cosmic, maybe X-Men. So
How fair would that be if X-Men get another, the only retaliator again?
I have high hopes for the figure, and will be disappointed if it's not good.
Well, we will find out in about 18 days.
Or hopefully sooner.
Or hopefully sooner. So, sealed qualifier, by the way, is 2 boosters of Disney Plus. Oh, man. Can you imagine popping down at the 2 booster sealed qualifier and you pull a God pack?
Yeah.
I won't even go that far. Imagine sitting down at two booster sealed and pulling Strange Supreme.
I still think the freaking that Captain America is the best piece to pull. He's so good in sealed.
Strange Supreme is real good.
Yeah.
Spider-Man and Darcy was a real pain in the ass. I played against Robbie, who had that, and his Spider-Man just went and sat on my Strange Supreme, and I didn't do anything all game. It was fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I've only played in 1 sealed for Disney Plus, and I pulled a God pack, so.
Must be nice.
Humble brag.
Yeah, humble brag. Yeah, I know, right?
Slaughtered it.
But I think I am looking forward to all the updates from Canadian Nats, and I wished, I hope lots of people are able to get there. Pull out all the stops, make it happen. This is our first national championship post-COVID, in person. Do what you can to get there. I understand. People don't. I think when people think about Canada,
it's not.
It's our first in-person nationals. I said in-person.
We had Silver Age Nationals.
Sorry.
Get out.
Get out. Yeah, get
It's
out.
a national.
Leave,
It's a
leave.
It's a WizKids sponsored national event.
It was right. It is. Yeah. So, you're right, Tyler. But 300 modern, right, is the gold standard. So,
I wish I had the pricing.
Speaking of nationals, update with Gen Con. If anybody hasn't noticed, the refunds went out. So possible opening for events.
Yeah, check the Gen Con event page.
I wonder what the actual turnout is going to be for Gen Con for HeroClix.
I'm a little worried that every qualifier is going to be sold out, and I'm going to lose on day one, not be able to play again.
I don't think it could, but I'm currently not thinking that's going to happen.
I'm looking right now. So Thursday's qualifier is still sold out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Friday's qualifier at 9 a.m. I'm still looking. Sorry, there are. I don't know if it tells me how many tickets are left now.
I know you can look at them somewhere, but I don't remember where.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
click on you have to click on the event.
Yeah, I had to sign back in. Sorry, I was not fully prepped to go down that rabbit hole.
Sure. But yeah, still spots if people want to come.
Yeah, I mean, it totally looks like that. Sorry, I'm back on it now. Sorry. So Thursday still sold out. The Learn to Play on Thursday is sold out too. So
that makes sense.
There might be Learning to play in Friday morning's event. So Friday morning's qualifier has 1 ticket remaining.
Okay.
Friday afternoon's qualifier. It's loading. Sorry. Please hold.
That's the one I feel like might have the most openings because it also is competing with the X of Swords event.
5 tickets available for Friday afternoons.
Okay.
So 64 minus 6 so far.
58.
Saturday morning has 6 tickets available.
52.
Right. So 52 unique players are ready to go at JitCon for a national championship.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, and the other ones are going to fill up, right? Because if only 4 qualify on Thursday, I'm guessing those 12 people are going to sign up for the
right. I mean, and we're right at 5 weeks out now. So about
I wonder
5 and a half.
How they're going to do that, because like you might because like if you win your first one and then you go into the second round,
You're not allowed.
lose,
You're not allowed. Oh, game one.
Yeah, if you lose game 1 and then you go into your second round and lose, and then you try to sign up for a game, the 4 people who lost the first round might already sign up for the second round, and you can't sign up for it anymore.
Right, because so there will be 2 undefeateds at the end of 4 rounds of 16 people.
Depending, yeah, if it's a standard, what we think it'll be, yeah.
I'm looking. So will I make top cut? I'm just looking right now. Top cut calculator.
Well, you can just do 16 and half is 8, and half is 4, and half is 2, right?
Right. 16 players, 4 rounds. Top 4 cut.
Well, I was assuming 3 rounds.
No, there is 4. There is 4.
Oh, okay.
So
well, it should be 1.
Yeah, 1 undefeated, 3 4. So if you lose your first round, you can still play. So there'll be.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
There'll be 1 4-0 and 3 3-1s that make it.
Yeah, I'm saying if you win your first match and lose your second match, and you want to go sign up for the new ones, you can't.
So you're saying that the first 8 losers will instantly try to go play for the next one just to hedge their bets?
You're saying they'll stay in. I guess that's true. They could stay in, but eventually, right? Maybe the next round after that, because people are going to drop. So if you stay in too long, but don't make it, you're not going to be able to sign up for the next event because the people who've already dropped will have done it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If you lose 1, you can still make it. You just got to win your next 3 games and score points.
Yeah, I agree with that. But if you eventually people are going to drop, and the people who don't drop and don't make it are not going to be able to sign up for the next events.
Mm-hmm.
Which sucks.
Yep.
That sounds awful.
As it is right now, you can't sign up for more than 1 qualifier, right?
You could sign up for it, but we just got their refunds out.
Yep.
Yeah, they refunded everybody for all but 1 event.
This sounds like a total mess.
It does. I agree.
It is.
But it's 3 hours away from me, so I'm going.
Yeah.
I wish it was 3 hours away from me.
Yeah, I mean it's 3 hours away for Jason and I as well. So Az is about, I don't know, like 6, I think.
6.
Yeah. So it just kind of is what it is, right? It's one of those things, like we were talking about, like Jason and I, like, I don't want to sound like, we didn't choose, like Tylor didn't choose to live in Cincinnati, like Jason and I didn't choose. In relation, you didn't choose to live there because of all of the happenings of HeroClix.
True, that is accurate.
Right, so like we are blessed because we live where we live, but it's not like we live here because of HeroClix. We live here because we always lived here.
We just won the location lottery.
Yeah, we did. So, like,
there's nothing wrong with where you lived. I mean, this is all WizKids. They can choose.
To be clear, there's something wrong with where Daniel lives because he lives in Indiana.
I live in Kentucky for like the 4th time. I've told you.
I keep forgetting.
I moved back to Kentucky.
You moved back to Kentucky. Okay, all right.
Yeah. So.
I mean, to be fair, you're on the wrong side of the river, Tylor. So.
There's nothing good on your side of the river. Okay.
Tylor, you are so close. Tylor, you are. When I picked up the Thanos collection, I was 19 minutes away from you. You were sleeping, but you live so close to God's country, it's not even funny.
It's like 2 minutes. I'm 2 minutes away from the river.
Yeah, that's right. You're 3 minutes away from God's country then.
Well, no, because I got to drive to get to the bridge. So like 5 minutes.
Right. So if you were flying off these Twisted Teas, you'd be there in 2.5 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Jason, you finished that bottle of wine yet?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, feeling pretty good. Yeah.
Oh man, so
I finished it about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
So, Zach, did you get anything ordered from DoorDash, or are you just raw dogging the show tonight?
Don't say that.
Raw dogging the show,
right? Like an like an uncooked hot dog.
This went really interestingly.
Okay, I guess.
Wait,
I guess I'm an uncooked hot dog.
Did y'all not just ever eat a hot dog out of the fridge?
I have.
I'm not. Go on.
Tylor, wait a minute. Have you eaten a hot?
Go on.
No. You have to. Have you eaten a hot dog out of the fridge before, Tylor? Just like straight
Obviously,
up, like
I have.
I have. That's
right.
not what that word means.
I'm pretty sure that's an uncooked hot dog. That's raw dogging it.
Okay.
I'm with Tylor on this one.
Nobody introduced Daniel to Urban Dictionary.
I know. Obviously, I know what that means, guys. I don't completely live under a rock.
Dan watches more TikToks than any of us.
Right, that's true. So I think the last thing we have for tonight is just there's 2 other events. J Major has come up with an event a few weeks before.
1 week before.
No, it's the 23rd. So like 23 plus 7 is July 3rd, July 30th. So I think it's 2 weeks before Gen Con, right? Yeah, it's 2 weeks before.
Is it?
So his is the 23rd, and then it's a weekend.
Isn't Gen Con?
Gen Con
on like the 6th?
First weekend of the August.
First weekend of August, right? So
we're going to be like 2 weeks before.
Yeah, 2 weeks before. Technically a week and a half if you're going to be up there during the week of August 1st. Yeah. And then we have a regional in Wisconsin. Those guys are running one up there. And then Brad is running his 2v2 Prince and Pauper event online. Do any of us plan on participating in that? It's a little bit early for me to say that I am. I don't know about y'all.
Nah, I'm not worried about that.
I'll probably end up judging it.
Not even a little bit, but I do not play in stuff like that. I like 300 Modern. And also, I couldn't even if I wanted to. I'm actually, the 16th is... at my parents that weekend for their anniversary. So.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking if I do Jay's event, then if I do Jay's event, then I would want to spend time with the family on the 16th.
That makes sense.
So it's just a little bad timing for me on that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool concept, or at least a cool name. It's pretty funny.
I like the concept, and I like the format a lot, Brad. So, so we'll have at least 3 events to review results on, as we run right up to nationals.
And I gotta throw one more event at you because I'm pretty sure my boys in Tulsa, Oklahoma are running something on Gen Con weekend. So,
okay.
Oh, is it on the weekend of Gen Con?
I think that's what they were talking about. They were either going to do it the weekend before or the weekend of. It depends on how Dice Addiction store's schedule works out.
Yeah.
But they were going to do that.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, there's also the West Coast is running an event, the Bronze Age stuff, the weekend of Gen Con too. So that stuff's still going on. So let's see. Let me look at questions real quick. Brad also wants to know, is Zach coffee so sweet and so white and sweet because he's so full of cream and sugar? All right. Well, we can't talk about raw dogging it if we can't talk about Zach being full of cream. So.
I guess that's fair.
No, it's not.
Let's see. So there's Brad's other question. McConnell, Paul, Patrick. Patrick. Yeah. You got your question answered by the mysterious Nate HeroClix. That
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, the Flash can charge and not make an attack. I was looking for it on the win, and I couldn't find an answer for you. But yeah, it's definitely not a house ruling or some random judge ruling. It's out there.
Well, I like to quote the part where HeroClix is more about things that you can do than what you can't do. There's nothing that says you have to punch anything with your charge. Right?
Yeah, you can. It's basically you can always activate something unless there's like an if statement before it, right? With like a retail, right? Like if somebody did this, then you can do this. But other than that, you can always activate an ability, whether it can resolve or not.
Right. All right. Well, let's see. Let's wrap it up. What we got? What are you gonna say?
There's one preview I wanted to talk about.
Oh, you not letting me end the show because you wanted to talk about the Exoswords Grand Prize preview of Apocalypse.
True, that is what.
I don't know why you want to talk about him. He sucks.
All right, regale us.
What planet are you on?
Yeah, regale us with Apocalypse, Tyler. Why do we need to talk about Apocalypse?
Because he's nuts. So he has 3 dials, 295, 145, and 35, and then he has the 5-point trait that you're gonna pay for every time. That lets him equip a sword. He has a trait. Krakow is for all mutants. So when determining theme teams, characters with the Arakos keyword gain the X-Men keyword. So I guess it's going to be cool for things in this set specifically. And then when a friendly character with the X-Men keyword would be hit with a close attack, if they can use Blaze Claws and Fangs, they may roll a d6. If they do, and that result is greater than the character's printed damage value, they evade the attack. That's great. It works with him because he's going to have blades because he has the swords equipped. So most people are 3 right now. Like it's very rare to have a 4 printed damage. So this is like a 50-50 rollout for himself with close attacks. Like that's crazy. You can't outwit it. Well, I mean, I guess you can outwit Blades if you can get through his Power Cosmic, but other than that, it's just a roll that he has a whole dial. And then he has special movement power on the start of every point value. Flurry, phasing teleport. When Apocalypse uses it, phasing teleport after resolution, so you can make a close attack. It's the little close, so you can't use Flurry, but you can just make an attack. And then he has a stop, click, stop, invincible super senses. Each time this click is revealed due to taking damage from an attack, KO an opposing Okay, on an object equipped to the attacker. If the attacker was not equipped, deal them 1 penetrating damage. At his top style, he has 4 of these stop clicks, and he has mystics. So, this guy's crazy, right?
Sounds pretty garbage to me.
he's a 12, 13, 26 up close, or up top. He has 2 targets, which is great. My thing is, I love the idea of a tent pole or a one-man army, but then I get excited whenever they get released or revealed, but then it always ends up where the optimal strategy. No, some of them don't. Some of them are really good, but always the optimal strategy. It when it boils down to it is run away or kill one figure and run away, and it seems like this guy is designed to be a close combat feast. He's designed to be very aggressive because you're relying on steel energy a lot, and you get flurry when you're up close, and you get that rollout when you're up close. So running away seems like the worst strategy for him. So it seems like this is a guy he's going to run at you, he's going to hit you, and you're going to hit him, and one person's going to be left standing. And that is what I want to add out of my one-man army. It's very exciting.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
you guys like him?
I do. Other than the only thing I don't like about him is Agatha and Scarlet Witch exist.
Yes, that is upsetting because he is very much not good into Agatha or Scarlet Witch. Because when he phases up, he will not get to make his attack because it's after resolutions, and he won't have that power.
Right.
No, he should get to use it, right? Or can he? He shouldn't, right?
You should get rid of resolve the power.
You resolve the phasing, but then you don't get the after resolutions effect.
Yeah, because you lost the power.
Because you've lost the speed power, yeah.
Yeah, so you would just phase up and then sit there. Mm-hmm. And it's, he's only a 12 movement, so, you can just TK Agatha out. But Alex said this and I agree with him. If Agatha and Switch weren't released, they weren't in the game, I think this guy would be too strong. I think he is very, very, very good.
Well, I mean, you also have Secret Six that can shut him down, but
we say that, but it doesn't happen.
Unfortunately, he won't be out in time to matter for anything.
For Nationals, true.
Right.
I don't think it'll be matter for Worlds either because he's the grand prize.
Oh, true. They probably won't do that. That is a little sad.
And then he's in the void between tournaments where nothing happens.
Yeah, but he will just dominate that void. He's very
it's not hard to dominate nothing. So.
He's very hard to kill, right? Because he has that rollout his whole dial from up close. So if they aren't equipped and he just literally sits there and does nothing, and they attack him until he dies, they will have taken 9 penetrating damage, right? If you send a flash to hit this guy, the flash just dies. The charge flash just dies. He takes the damage from Mystic and the damage from the stop click, and he deals 1 damage to this guy, and then he dies. And that's if he gets through the 50-50 rollout, and then this guy just heals up the next turn with
Wait
Steel
a minute. I would like to... This guy does not have a 50-50 rollout.
Explain up close.
He can't roll out from his trait up top because he's got 6 damage.
No, it's
the
attackers.
He has to roll higher than the attackers printed damage.
Yeah, and Flash has 3, so he has to roll a 4, 5, or 6.
Wait,
yes.
What?
Yeah, he rolls against the attackers printed damage.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yes. So yeah.
I just want to let people know I was being 100% facetious when I was saying this guy sucks.
He's a 20 defense up close or up top, which is great. He's got invincible, which is what you want. He's got a stop click on his second click, which is right where you want it. And on his stop clicks, he has super senses. So like you're hitting him, you're putting him to a stop click, you're taking 2 damage, and then you better be able to get through his super senses and his other rollout.
You can't
and hit his 19.
You can't do both rollouts though.
Why?
Because they're both would-be hits.
What?
Because super senses is when you would be hit.
Yeah.
So
you get to.
When is the other one? What are the 2 rollouts we're looking at? Is it his trait and super senses?
Yeah, but you can trigger multiple things.
He would get both. He would get
you
those.
can trigger multiple things on when you would be hit.
No, because whenever one thing happens, you become hit.
No, you don't.
Mm-mm.
Are you sure?
You're still resolving. You're still resolving the would-be hit trigger.
Yeah, you can trigger multiple things on one trigger. You don't become hit when the super senses rolls lose.
Correct.
Right? You evade it when you succeed.
You just don't evade it.
Yeah. You don't become hit like an energy explosion or something. So you should get both. And then most teams without Agatha or Switch, I think are going to have a really, really, really hard time getting him past his first 2 stop clicks. Because you have to hit his defense first. You have to get through his rollouts, which is all that. You have taken 5 penetrating damage by the time you get him to his second click, his second stop click, his third click, and that's and then if you don't, he's flurry steal energy.
Have Invincible or Pulse Wave or something like that.
Sure, yeah, they're obviously there's ways around everything, but
Tylor, shouldn't you just start playing Juggernaut and just bypass those
And just
stop clicks?
choo-choo.
No, because Juggernaut's hitting this guy for 1 damage and then getting destroyed.
He doesn't get a stop click with Juggernaut, right?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, right. That's
I know my own figure.
Man, I wonder if if we could ever have. I wonder if we could ever have somebody on the podcast that designed a figure that could.
But shut up.
It doesn't remember what the fuck it does.
This guy is crazy good. Okay, he's crazy good. He gets to heal off of his stops. He's dealing damage. He's flurrying people up close. He's got super rollouts. And then that's not even talking about he gets a sword. The ones that we've already seen are great. One is going to get him prob whenever he's attacked. He's a 20 defense up top, so that's great. The other one, the Muramasa, when this guy rolls blades up top, he's minimum 5 damage. So that's 5 damage ignoring defense powers up top. So
Yeah, and there's still so many swords we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, we've seen 3 of 22 or something like that. So
I mean,
there's...
You probably won't play his sword. Well, I probably wouldn't play his sword in Worlds or Nationals or something like that. Just because the odds of you running into a mirror match, 100%, it's gonna happen, and you have no chance of winning that game if you're equipped with the sword. But if you're not equipped with the sword, you could attack the shit out of their apocalypse, probably win.
Yeah, but if you're not playing Apocalypse, having a sword equipped, I feel increases your chances of winning that game by 50%.
Well, and don't forget, it's a start the game trigger. You can just insert matchups, just not start with.
No.
It says may start the game.
No way.
What I'm saying, it says this character starts the game with any sword equipped.
Yeah, so it's not, that's not
Okay.
optional.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know some of the gem bears were optional, if I recall. And that's kind of what I was going off of.
Maybe, but yeah, having it's literally a 50-50 rollout for 95+% of the meta. And the funny thing is, it's not super senses, so there's no minimum or maximum. So yeah, against someone who can deal 6 damage, he can't evade anything because he can't beat a 6. And then against somebody who's mind controlling him with a 0 damage, they literally cannot hit him because everything beats a 0. I love this guy.
He's so good without the sword, right? You don't even need a sword. He's great without it.
You need a sword to give him blades.
Yeah,
you don't even need it. He's got 6 damage on click 1.
No, that's how he gets the rollout.
Well, yeah. Even then, the stop clicks with the double pin and stuff, and the steal energy.
5 points for a 50-50 rollout on an 11-click figure with 4 stop clicks. You're gonna roll for this 10 times a game, and it's a 50-50 rollout.
I get it, it's good, but what do you do when it's? I mean, in a mirror match, what happens? What happens?
In a mirror match, you probably just go to a draw because
neither
of them can outrange the other one.
A mirror match is a 0-0 loss or a roll off in top cut.
Yeah, that's what it would be. Just because.
So if you know that's your outcome in a mirror match, why not play without the sword?
Because all of the other matches, it helps you win.
Yeah.
It helps.
No. It does not help. It dramatically increases your odds to have 10 50-50 rollouts a game on a guy that heals off his stop clicks.
He's so good without us even seeing all the swords yet. I think it'd just be an option to play without a sword.
I don't think that, but
I respectfully disagree. But
you can disrespectfully disagree too if you want. I don't care.
No,
but
I think he's actually I think his 145 point dial is probably the worst. But it's still good because you fit a lot of support. You can TK him out and stuff like that. His 35/40 point dial is great because I think this might get errated. That trait is not unique, so you can play 4 of this guy at 160 points, and all of them will get 4 rollouts every time they're attacked up close.
Oh man,
so that I think might get errated. We'll see if that's too strong. But yeah, he's great at 40 points. He has the same stop click, the same mystics, the same steel energy stuff. He's a leadership on a lot of keywords, right? Ruler, warrior, pass, mystical, X-Men. He's great.
God, you can play this guy with Sky Tyrant and just throw him in at people.
Yeah.
Good luck, everybody.
It's like, I don't know. He's really good. I play him with a bunch of X-Men that have blades, and they're, and maybe like a bishop, so they can't range attack you. Sorry, I gushed. I love this figure. It's so good. It does so much.
Tylor,
without attacking.
I like that. So if it really is the grand prize figure, which it appears to be, you're going to have to find somewhere local to play HeroClix and try to win one.
No, I am not. Bet I can buy this guy.
Tyler's like, that's what money is for.
That's what money is for. I am a single adult with a stable job and disposable income.
Winning.
All right. Well, everybody,
Tyler.
don't sell your Apocalypse to Tylor.
Principles don't matter when there's money involved. They'll take my money.
But our fame and fortune matters even more.
Our social influence.
Our social influence to somebody not to sell it to you matters even more.
Do you guys like this guy? I mean, just in general, do you think he'll see play?
Yeah, he's good.
Oh, yeah. My group's already got several people super boners for it, and they're pretty happy.
I really think it's hard to justify. I wish I could, but it is hard for me to justify playing this guy at full with Agatha and Switch, because that just seems like an instant loss. Because
I think you're fine.
This guy can't outrange them, so they're getting a TK, they're placing the thing, and then they're punching him. Right? That's happening.
No, because their TK is 6 or 8, and then they place it. He's got a 12 square phase, and he can just phase right behind him. So the moment you do that,
I'm saying that they're gonna play. So I'm running off of either like your build or my build or other builds that have, like Flash and Agatha. So TK 8, place 4, then you're next to him, then you place the marker, right? And then you're hitting him that turn, which is probably getting him past the stop clicks with a Flash or a Iron Man, right?
I don't see how you can keep your team safe from your own marker and get to him, and without him being able to jump behind and get to somebody. I mean, a good player is going to be able to maneuver around that for the most part. They stay back for long enough.
So this guy's real easy to maneuver. So you move your whole team up 14 squares away from him, right? I'm just talking full dial right now. 14 squares away, he can literally do nothing. So he probably just passes, or maybe even moves back. But basically, eventually you'll get to be within your 14 squares, and then I think it's pretty easy. I think that if you're running a full Agatha or Scarlet Witch team, I think most of them can get the thing out 14 squares. I think that's pretty reasonable to do. And then you're from there. You do that, whether it takes 2 or 3 actions, and then let's say you're only able to charge him with flash after that. You perplex his attack up to a 14. You charge him with an object. You hit this guy for 4, right? And then his next turn, he doesn't have powers, so he can't phase out. He can hit you for 12 for 4, but that's it. Or he can just power action to move out of the circle if he gets the breakaway, right? And that's it. And then if he hits you, he's still in the ring, and then the next turn you just destroy him. If he moves out, you can probably either just win at that point because he's taken 4 damage, or you can try to get him in the thing again. Is how I see it.
Yeah, but you also got to hit the 20 and that's going to be hard to do.
Well, so Flash is going to be reflexed up twice on that team, and he's going to be a 14. So it's not super hard. And you have the prob with Agatha or Switch.
Yeah.
So it's hard to justify if she stays popular, which she probably will. But both of the other dials are great.
I think you could do it because you still got a shot to win map, and to make that work, you need a wide open map, I think.
True.
Because if you put him on Realm of Death, anything can happen, man.
It is also funny that this guy has a +1 map roll against unthemed teams, because he is a one-man theme team and gets one theme team prop a game. That's kind
awesome.
of fun. That's kind of fun.
I mean, people will try it at full dial, right? There's no doubt.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And it's exciting to see. And by that point, we'll have all of his swords, and we'll have a tarot deck to work with.
Yeah, it's just funny. Well, I mean, there's a tarot card that makes him a 17 defense, so...
Yeah, 10 attack, 10 for 3.
Right. But yeah, I mean, you can just literally have a bucket full of swords with you.
Because you get to pick every game.
Right. Game setup takes 20 minutes. Tylor, what is your quote? You are always in force construction for your next HeroClix build?
Yeah, the moment your HeroClix game ends, you're in force construction for the following HeroClix game. Which is true. I mean, it's dumb, but it's true, because there's force construction, and that you're apparently always in that, and then there's beginning of game stuff, right? Which is when
the map roll and stuff is after that. But yeah, you're always in force construction for your next HeroClix game.
Yeah, but this guy I will definitely see play at 40 points. He's so good at 40 points.
Technically, you're careening closer to your first game, your force construction for your first game at full point apocalypse than Tylor.
True.
So, all right, let's wrap it up for the night. Final thoughts, Jason.
We should drink every time we record.
Agreed.
That's a great suggestion. As?
I should have margaritas now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll figure something out before Gen Con, I hope.
Sure.
I'm with you.
5
Zach?
weeks left?
Yeah, 5 weeks. Zach? Final thoughts? Oh, no, yeah.
Sorry. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me on. Hopefully I didn't get too long-winded.
No, you're fine. It's been a long time since we've actually been able to have such a... This used to be the regular cadence of the podcast when there was events every week. So it's nice to have that, that back. So, Tylor, final thoughts?
I don't know. I like Apocalypse, I guess. I'm a big fan.
Big fan.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening to Clixed Off today. Zach, thanks for being on the show. And just the update, weight loss has been neutral. I'm at 2 of 20. The next 5 weeks to get 18 pounds off is looking a little rough at this point, but steps are staying good. Activity level staying high. I didn't have any tractor events this past weekend, so I didn't have any super big hill climbs, just regular walks. So, thanks everybody for listening to Clixed Off today, and we'll talk to y'all next time.
Later.